You know, something that may not have come across as I was demonstrating this synthesizer is the cool thing that Pittsburgh Modular has done. And I have to say, all of us who play synthesizers know that like everything gets cool when we're like, it is one of the most irritating things in the world because, okay, we know that when you shift a filter cutoff point across the spectrum of a sound, you'll get that really cool sound that we all love, that harmed cat sound. We love the filter cutoff, but, you know, synthesizers aren't about making cool effects. Which doesn't mean, of course, you can't make that cool effect, and we all do. You've seen me do it about 1 trillion times. But this is not the point of synthesis. However, let's say, for fun that it is, the sad thing is that all the synthesizers have a filter and resonance, and then you can do that same filter sweepy sort of stuff that we all do, and that's kind of boring. What is fun is the possibility that there is more to a synthesizer than just the filter cutoff when it comes to creating cool sounds or, you know, creating cool effects as you're playing. For example, there have been several synthesizers that have come out in the past number of years that have had functions that said, okay, yeah, filter cutoff is fun, but have you tried this? One of them is, of course, the Arturia Polybrute and its morph functionality, which allows you to basically create filter sweep sort of outcome from a billion different functionalities that exist, simply moving between 2 different settings. And it's really a cool thing because, like, anytime you're playing a chord and you're like, I wish this chord would do something fun, it's just sitting there like a filter sweep, but more interesting. And in many ways, you've got something similar to that on the Taiga. And that is, certainly you have the filter sweep. And what's more, like, you can do a filter sweep with the filter while having it set so that the low pass gate is also doing its own little filter sweep sort of thing. So yeah, because you have basically what comes down to being 2 different filters with resonance, you can have one of them doing the fun stuff that you're doing, and then the other one, which is the low pass gate, kind of doing another filter thing after you've done a filter thing, which is cool. But the primary fun exists in these wave folders that were well designed to create really cool outcomes. And of course, you could have your filter sweep kind of happening that you're activating with your own envelope, and then you can be over here there's such an amazing abundance of timbral outcomes that exist in just manipulating. Keep in mind, we're still on just one oscillator here. And so me whipping around this wave folder on one of the oscillators is such a cool sound, like that, along with the filter sweep that's happening due to the envelope. is like the coolest thing. And we could also be like directing the envelope to this wave folder too. We could have a wide variety of outcomes modulating this, but it's fun to just grab that knob. And I would say it's more fun than simply grabbing the knob to the filter cutoff. But we're not even done there, because there's even more to it that we could be doing, which is there's more than one of these things. So let's bring in another oscillator. Make sure you don't hit your frequency modulation knob while you're doing it. What would be cooler is if we changed the oscillator type on the second oscillator, because you get different folded outcomes with a different waveform. So you could stop and just stick with one of those great outcomes. And also, that's one of the things about this is you don't have to engage in a lot of oscillator synthesis to land on a cool timbre, because you have these wave folders. You can just select through the wave fold till you find a timbre you really dig. And being able to use a duophonic outcome, you can change the timbre of one of the notes without changing the other. I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but that is as fun, if not more fun, than a filter sweep in a variety of ways. And of course, we could have the filter sweep happening anyway. So there's just so much that can be going on. This is one of the reasons why in one of the last videos, I've been like, this should be your performance analog mono synth, because you don't have to worry about a whole bunch of settings. You don't need to be going around going, okay, the envelope needs to be here and this needs to be here, and I need a square wave and a sawtooth wave, and they need to be mixed to this. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you have to work to come up with the appropriate analog synthesizer setting on stage. But with this, with the wave folders, turn some wave folders, set the filter, and pow, you've got a timbre. And it's a cool timbre. And while you're performing, you can make a big show of changing the sound by rocking one of the wave folders of the filter, or both of the filters, etc. Anyway, my point is, if you want timbral change that sounds cool pretty much no matter what you do, just by turning some knobs, this is the synth. Because a lot of synths, gosh, if you look at a lot of synths, there's only one knob that's worth turning in a live situation to make the sound do cool things. Not so with this. There's a multitude, and they will generate cool outcomes. And so that is how to make your synth sound cool with a knob turn with the Pittsburgh Modular Taiga.